direction is a greater threat than the combination of religion and state. In this case, from the force that is misidentified and masked. That force, which is fascism with a human face. It's called democracy. It's called socialism. Missing from the old model of authority, embodied by the early fathers of the Christian church. They did not flatter you, and they did not come in disguise. The core of Orthodox Christianity's belief system was anti-occult to the morrow. It was the bad news about human nature. And that's why you don't get any flattery from me either. The revolutionary liberators, from the Soviet communists to the New Age groupers, the Marxists, communists who are in control of the government of the United States of America today, don't tell you the truth. They flatter you. They are the ones who have announced the delivery of humanity from the clutches of reaction and orthodoxy. Of this church of the official counterculture, Louis Ferdinand Céline observed in Mea Culpa, his seminal essay on Bolshevism, and I quote, "Since the end of religions, before this new modern altar, they have been swinging incense, they have been intoxicating man with the sense of his own importance, with all manner of rigmarole. Man has been made the whole church. No longer can he see anything with clear eyes. He is cracked. Anything that is told to him, just so long as it is flattering to him, as it is what he wants to hear," end quote. Does that sound familiar? And he went on, I quote again, "The practical superiority of the great Christian religions was that they did not try to sugarcoat the pill. They did not try to throw dust in the eyes. They were not looking for voters. They did not wiggle their tails in an effort to please. They just seized man in his cradle and broke the bad news to him without reservation. They told him, you little shapeless stinker, you can never be anything but filth. By birth, you are nothing but men. Do you hear me? You." That's the evidence, that's the principle of everything. However, maybe, in scrutinizing the matter more closely, you've got one little chance of winning a bit of pardon for being as you are, so filthy, so excremental, so unbelievable. That is, if you can hold your chin up in the face of all the sorrows, always with perfect humility. Life, you louse, is just one long, bitter ordeal. Don't get out of breath. Don't expect noon to come at 2 o'clock. Just try to save your soul. And then, there is always the very simple method.